Alright, just one moment. Alright, here we go. Let me go through some of the tech tree and the ammo that you'll see in there. Let's start with the M3 LUYG. One of your first round types you'll be seeing is standard armor piercing. This will just pierce through and cause some shrapnel. There's not that much to it. The next one that the M3 LUYG has is armor piercing cap ballistics cap. This just is AP. It has a little more penetration and it can maintains it further downrange. That's pretty much a really quick thing about the two. Now, if we go to the 75mm gun, you have APHE. Anytime you see APHE on a vehicle, you should take it, unless you're in really high VRs. APHE, for anything through World War II, it's your best ammo. If you have it, take it. Now, I'm going to go over to some British vehicles to show you something here because it's situational. I'll go with the 20-pounder Centurion. With the 20-pounder Centurions, I recommend taking mostly Shot Mark 1 to APCBC. However, under certain situations, you will want to take the Shot Mark 3, the APDS. You will want these high pin rounds, especially at 7.3, 7.7. Any of these guys, you want that. We go back to there's actually a 17-pounder Centurion, two of them in the game. You want to go straight for this, the APCBC, and also the Shot Mark 1. You want these two because on these vehicles, the AP will do great damage, but if you're facing something like a Ferdinand, you'll want APDS. You should also take a little bit of HE rounds because there will be open top AA vehicles. You hit them with these, even if the small HE rounds, you'll one-shot them because of overpressure. Take a bit of smoke too. Let's do a little bit of the APDS further now. One thing I should mention, the 20-pounder Centurions have first generation APDS. As you see down here, you have high vertical penetration, but your 60 degrees, while it's good, isn't as great as the later ones. 107mm, it's actually pretty decent, but it's not as good as the L7s. The L7s have better APDS. It actually has less vertical penetration than the L7, but it has more sloped. It's the second generation APDS. Now if I go over to the M60A1, it has M728. M728 is the last generation of APDS. This is tungsten alloy instead of tungsten carbide. It is even more slope penetration, but you do sacrifice in vertical. On your stuff that is APDS, always take APDS, take some heat, and some smoke rounds. With these generations, your APDS is probably going to be your main round for long-range engagements. At close ones, you can use some heat. And if you really know where to shoot, you use Hesh. Now for the T62, which is an interesting one. Let me go over here. This is one of the very first tanks in service to use fin rounds. There's two different ones. There's 3BM4, which doesn't have that great a vertical, but has really good slope penetration. Then you have 3BM3, has much better vertical, but less slope penetration. The first one is actually a solid steel penetrator. That's the reason its slope penetration is so good, but vertical is low. The second one actually has a tungsten slug in it. Because it has that tungsten slug, you do lose quite a bit of slope penetration. When I play my T62s, I prefer just going with 3BM4 and then have heat. Your heat will also overpressure just like HE is, so there's not that much reason to take HE on a vehicle like this. So basically, in general, your best ammo for World War II, APHE if you have it, take some HE, take some smoke if you have that as well. With your later stuff, take your kinetic energy rounds, APDS, Hesh, very few Hesh, but I recommend going for heat if you have it available. If you're Brits, you're just stuck with APDS and Hesh. And now for the later vehicles, let's just say T90M, you will get kinetic energy stock, which is really nice. You'll also have heat stock as well. I recommend taking a few heat and a little bit of HE. Heat is a little bit useful for specific situations, which I'll show here. I'm going to go to the USA, go down to the M1s, and I'll show you. This only really works at closer ranges, but I'll show you how this works. I'm just going to use its own round. Normally, with KE rounds, you can't go through the upper glacis very reliably. However, with heat, you can do so. If you shoot over to the left, the heat will go off and it'll hit the gunner and commander. If you don't have a rank 8 ground vehicle, you won't have KE stock, so use heat. If you find an M1, shoot him in the upper glacis, this is going to go off. It'll hit them, take out those two. You can do the same thing to Leopard tanks, as long as they aren't the really late ones with the additional composite armor on there. I'll show you with a 2A5, because it has the same vulnerability. I go down to DM12A1. You hit right around where the gunner is, you actually stand a decent chance of one-shotting him because it's actually vulnerable to heat. There's no composites there. But your main rounds, whenever you unlock them, will still be your fin rounds. It's just how it is. You do take a little bit of heat because there are some AA vehicles that you want to one-shot through overpressure. Alright. So let's see here. M1 has a very special heat round. I don't think I'd have to show it off in a match, but I'll show it in here first. M830A1, you have to unlock this. This is actually a proximity fuse one. As you can see this animation, it actually can take out aerial targets through that. Let me go over to something else that's special, the Tiger 1. It has an interesting upgrade ammo. As you can see, it has Panzergranate, I pronounced that terribly, 39. But as so you have this later one. This one has an interesting feature because it has more high explosive filler. This allows it to overpressure. So in certain circumstances, you actually can shoot things with this round and kill them where you couldn't with your earlier one. You can also take a little bit of heat in your Tiger once you get it, and this will allow you to do a little bit of overpressure stuff while still being able to penetrate some things if you have it loaded and it's not optimal. Alright. I think I went through the ammo a little too quickly there. But do any of you who is watching have any questions so far? I guess not. Alright, so then I'll go with a few other tanks, show you what you should go for then. In 26 Pershing, that's not what I meant to go to. Modifications. Starting off, you'll have T-33. It's an alright round. Don't expect to be one-shotting things unless you precisely snipe the ammo. The great thing that it has is M82. It has more penetration than T-33, and it has high explosive filler. Most things you penetrate with this is going to one-shot, but this is your best ammo in your M26, so you should be using that. APCR, it's actually got pretty good penetration. You can take a little bit of this, just in case you face something heavily armored, like a YAG Tiger at close ranges, or a Ferdinand at further ranges. Okay, so you want a good lineup for Russian 6.7. Let's see here. I'm going to assume you probably don't want any premium vehicles in this. T-44, a very good option. IS-2 1944, it's not as great as the T-44 because of that slow reload. I recommend taking it anyway. You can either go for the ASU-85 or the SU-100P. They're both 6.3, but they're perfectly serviceable at that BR. Then for your AA, I don't have these, but I know for sure that these are good. You can go with the BTR-ZD or you can go with the M53-59. Both of them are very good anti-airs for the BR. Now, if I were to pick an aircraft for this, they kind of have a weird BR situation because they don't have that many 6.7s. You do have a few in the F-15s. These aren't all that great. You can go for the Su-6s, though. I find I get killed by these quite often. I think it's a pretty good vehicle to have that light up. All right. Do you have any further questions? I'll go back to this for a second. I'll look at this vehicle. So with the M4A376, you'll start out with M79. And as soon as you get M62, stop using M79. You do not need this. It's less penetration, and you don't have HE filler. Get M62. I recommend going for M93. M93 will actually allow you to kill Tiger 2s from the front. The H variants, I mean, because unfortunately M62 just doesn't have enough penetration. M39 will do it though. Smoke rounds, take like 5 of these. You can use these to obscure enemies. Yeah, I guess I could go through them again. I'll just go through some of the ammunition on these vehicles, tell you which ones you should go for now. Now look at the M46. Get M318 at the start. It's a pretty decent round. Right now, it has the same performance as T33. Technically, T33 has less vertical in real life. M82, that's the next good shot. You can go for M34, or M304, I should say. Then you go through M332. It is an upgrade. You should use it. Yeah, I can show you that. I can show you the bomb drop. While I did call this best ammo, there's other things I can do during this because I went through that section really quick. Let me get you something with a lot of bombs. If I can just let's find something with a lot of bombs. I don't have the F111 with a bunch of bombs on it, but I'll go with an F4S. Let's see here. I just need the right. There we go. Okay. So I'll take off here so I don't blow myself up during this. Because that would be really funny if I blew myself up trying to show you something. I like using the selector here. But if I go into controls and I search up series, one option that you have is you can use drop bomb series. This will allow you to consecutively drop a lot of bombs. There's also another way. I need to look it up because I don't remember it off the top of my head. Oh yeah. You can set your secondary weapon ripple quantity when you're in weapon selector. Let me show you how this works because this is the way I tended to show it. So I have it set to my 0 key. As you can see, there's a 2 now. If I press the spacebar, it'll drop 2 bombs for me. If I press it again, it goes to 4. And then finally 8. I think you can also go to S, which is just straight up series. If you keep holding this, you'll drop all your bombs. See if I can do this without blowing myself up. I'm probably going to die. Anyway. Oh, I didn't die. But that is a way to drop a lot of bombs all at once. You have drop bomb series, and if you're in the weapon selector, you can set up a key to choose how many you want to drop. Alright. If you have more questions, keep them rolling. I can go back to ammo again, because I went very quickly over that. I'll show you something real neat about some of the Russian ammo here, because it's actually kind of important with some of them. I'll go with an IS-2 1944, because it'll really show it off. Here you have your stock ammo, BR-471, 205mm at 0, 81mm at 60. Now, if I go over to BR-471B, the round that is optimal for this tank, you will see it still has 205mm of vertical penetration. But when you look at the 60-degree penetration, it has 86. If you're using one of these 122mm tanks, make sure to primarily take BR-471B. It has better slope modifiers, meaning you'll pan and kill things a lot easier with it. Another round that you can use is BR-471D. This one is an APCBC, which means it has better penetration at vertical, at up close, and down at further ranges. If you're fighting Tiger 2s with the 122, you can use BR-471D at longer ranges. I recommend taking just mostly BR-471B, but also take a little bit of the D variant, just in case you're fighting at long ranges. Against very heavily armored vehicles like well, Tiger 2 is not very heavily armored, but this will definitely help you. I believe that the 85mm that the Russian has that as well. Yeah, that's right. There's this one. Wait a minute. Oh. Let's see here. Look at a few ammo types, yeah. Yes. But yeah, for the 122s, make sure to use your BR-471B. If you were to ask me, the best ammo types would really be APHE, sometimes APDS, but then there's also the Fin rounds. HE can actually work pretty well, though. If you have something that has high powerful HE, it'll work pretty well. I can show you with some of the Russian ones. Hopefully it'll work for me today. But I'll show you with the T90M. Let's see here. I'll shoot this Leopard 1 with the KE round, but I'll switch over to HE. Now, I believe that if I shoot the optic on an MBT-70 over there, it's a really small target, there's a good chance he's going to get blown up, just like that. That's another fun thing you can do with the 125mm Russian vehicles. If you have the HE loaded, you can actually take out these vehicles by shooting their roofs through shooting the optics. I'll show you on the M1 as well. I don't believe it's as reliable, though. Let's see. There we go. This is an old trick back whenever the T-64 was added. It works fairly well. So if you're stocking your Soviet vehicles, I do recommend taking a little bit of HE because of that. Hold on one moment. Okay, I'm back. Alright, does anyone have any questions right now? I'll probably go over to gameplay here pretty soon because my ammo stuff was really quick. I'm going to go with my Germany's A plus. That way I can do a little bit of grinding and showing some stuff off. Okay, nobody said anything yet, so I'll go straight to gameplay then. Okay, we got marginal line. If I could English. I'm gonna go over to the B7 area. See if I can find a ridge to stay behind for a bit. And try following the lowest terrain possible. That way I avoid being spotted from anybody. Probably as soon as I poke this ridge I'm gonna get shot though, if I'm not careful. What that guy's doing behind me, I don't really recommend that. You should only really shoot if you intend to hit something, because you give away your position. People can see those tracers. This is the start of the match, but still not really optimal to let people know where you are. Okay. Somebody's already dead. I heard them over this ridge there. Please don't poke that ridge, Puma. Wish you could do is spot some things. I'm using my commander's well, it's not a CIT with a TV sight to see if I can see anything. The reason I use this is because you have two field of view options, really narrow and close up, or really wide. Having those two different options is actually very nice. You can see a lot of stuff, or you can see it really closely. Okay, that looks like a... I'm gonna do the wise decision and actually not go over, because I'm getting shot at. I'll help repair this Puma, though. I think he gave away the position because he poked up too much. What I did there is called being turret down. It's where you don't expose your turret, you just expose your optics. That's why I didn't get hit. That Puma kind of did a little bit of a gameplay mistake. He peered over the ridge again after he'd already been shot at. You do that, you are almost guaranteed to get shot. I'm gonna follow the low terrain back here to see if I can get a better angle. Okay. This might be a little bit too much attention on this ridge. I might have to choose a completely different angle here. Okay, there's an M1 KVT there. There is another vehicle over there. Let me switch over to this site. One important thing is that your binoculars actually see from a higher angle than your commander's sight. I can see him there. Let's do a little range find. Okay, 950. I almost hit that. I'm gonna back away. There's no point in keeping my turret out being exposed. It's just a good way to get shot. I'm gonna back up and change positions slightly. Ideally, I would change it more than that, but I had this Vilcas over here. See if I can stay as close to the ridge as possible, that way I don't get seen. Oh, range find the wrong area. Shoot Galore Glacis. Most of the time those T-72s die. It's because the fuel tanks explode. I'm gonna look over again with my optics, but I'm not gonna poke all the way up because I know they're gonna see me because I just fired. Oh, somebody flanked. They changed the sounds, the engine sounds, to be less obvious. That threw me off. At least he's dead. I have a backup, but I'm just gonna go for 2 AV. Let's see here. Okay, there's enemies in the low ground over there. There's also somebody in the trees, or the buildings, I should say, over there. I think this match is thoroughly lost. Remember to always stay to the low ground. I went through the ammo before, but I can go through it again if you want me to. Okay, just a bunch of dead tanks there, but I'm a bit nervous because that light tank has been spotted. Oh. There's a dead T-90A. There's a fuel tank shot. Let's see here. I don't think anybody would have seen me shoot, but I'm not going to poke out again. Let that Challenger Desert Storm handle it. Our recon says that there's a vehicle back there. I may actually have to change the title of the screen because I went through the ammo so quickly. I'll worry about that later. Oh. I am very lucky to have survived that. As soon as I say that, I'm dead. Figures. I'll do something a little goofy here. We take 2 belts of HE and the Puma. Okay, I'm getting laser... Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have spawned. This is a bit excessive. Getting laser range fired from the other side. AD is actually dead. One important thing whenever you spawn is don't move. If you move, your invulnerability timer goes away. That really depends on what ammo that you have. If you're at close ranges, all 3 of your AP rounds will go straight through his turret face. I'll show you in some of the... I'll show you in the shot simulator in a little bit. I'm just going to leave this match. It's a loss. It's even easier with the D round because you have 230mm of penetration. I always shoot for the gunner's side, and I'll show you that real quick. Let me go to the... I'll go with the Tiger 2H because it's the harder of the two to kill. Let me switch over to Russia. Go with 1944. Let's go for BR471B. Okay. Hold on a second, I wasn't expecting this. BR471B at relatively close ranges, you can go through here. But one nice thing is that you do have the option of carrying BR471D if you have it unlocked. So you notice there's more penetration here. 500 meters, you're going straight through. This is until about 1300 whenever it starts turning yellow. You go straight to the turret front. Let me switch over to back to B because this is interesting. His turret side, 1000mm. You don't angle it that much. All of a sudden, you can go straight through. This is why we use the B round. Let me show you the D round. It has significantly more protection. You'll still go through. But I would just prefer saying go for the B round. If you're slightly angled, you can go straight through these turret cheeks. And that was at 1300 meters. The reason is the Tiger 2H has 80mm of turret side armor. So he's angled just a little bit, just a hair, your 122 is going to go straight through. It's something I die to a bit, my Tiger too. Other Hey Wolfpack, my day's been going pretty well. How's yours? I went through the ammo thing really quickly. I might have to go through it again. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll just go do another match. Okay, someone has that. How do you like the explanation that I went through with the Tiger 2 thing? You have to be kind of close range if you have the first 2 rounds, but if you have the D round, you can do it from further. Just aim for the turret cheeks. The gunner's side has the optic, it's the right side if you're facing him. If you have the 122, you're more than likely going to one-shot on every time. Ooh, atmospheric mode. I always like going to sea on this map. I don't know why. That guy took off his camo net. Interesting. And the BMP-2M was the first one to die. For anyone new who's joining, I went through ammo earlier. If you want me to go through it again, I can. Yep. As soon as you get the APCBC, killing them Tiger 2s gets a lot easier from the front anyway. That was a fairly recent addition. Were you going up? What vehicle was that? I didn't get a good angle on that. Interesting. I think that might have been that Italian Leopard thing. I can't believe I screwed that up. Overlord Grace's fuel tank explosion. Ah, somebody's helping me repair. How kind. There's more vehicles, though. You can hear them. Oh, I forgot to say thanks. Whoops. That's a trap. Oh, here's the engine in the front. I forgot about that. Not as much of a trap as I thought. I'm not entirely sure why he stuck his engine out like that. Let me mark the map. Maybe that guy will see him. Kind of limited my firepower because my loader's taken out. Yeah, that OF-40 he's dead. That's good. Somebody's shooting that Italian wheelie boy. I'm completely fine. The artillery did nothing. Let's go cap. I am not fine, I'm dead. I feel like going on my 2 AV now. Alright. Reminder to anyone watching, if you have questions about ammo, you can go ahead and do it. Alright, now on my respawn, I really want to cap C. I wonder if I can pin a message on here. I'm not that experienced on these live streams. Sorry about the typing noises. Alright, I think I got that set up. Still a little bit of advancing forward. I think we've got this match. There's a vehicle there, I believe. You just got him. Okay, great. Second vehicle there. Looks like a BMP-2M. Need to be very careful. Vehicle there. Don't quite know what it is. That BMP-2M is dead because the A7D got him. YouTube is saying that my audio is going bad. Can you hear me right? Let's see. What is that sound? Object 120, okay. Traded there. I don't have any smoke grenades. And I'm dead. Now I have a Q&A started for ammo, so if you're new here, go ahead and click on that. Ask away. See if I can get some electrical... Is that a vehicle? Yes, it is. Alright, let's see if I can... I can't hit him because it's too high up. Crap. These guys are too high up. Am I going to die? Yes, I am. Oh. Question. Guess I could take this. Alright. Do you have any other difficulties? Since You already had one question. Yeah, if you hit most objects, it will go off. One thing you also have to be careful for, if you hit tracks, road wheels, or anything, it's just going to damage those, it won't damage the vehicle. I can show you after this game. Huh. That A10 had a fun thing. Oh dear lord. Is he crashing? Yes he is. Oh, it's because the Bradley got him. This is a bit of a funny one. If you actually hit the right areas, it is possibly the highest damaging round. Wonder if there's even still any planes up. There were earlier. I know 2 of them died. Yes, it will explode on fences and trees. That is definitely something you have to be careful with for Hesh. Alright, this match is pretty close to being over. It doesn't seem like any more enemy planes are spawning. And I am in a missile-based AA. I could get lucky and them have a few light tanks out, though. Yeah, Hesh is pretty cool. It used to work a bit better, but that's because it was unrealistically modeled, which is kind of funny. Nowadays, it penetrates normal to the plate, which is how it's supposed to work. Before, the spawning used to just go in a straight line wherever you hit, which meant that you would one-shot more often. I might be dating myself saying that stuff. I've played since 2013. I'm surprised that hit. Okay, that is a plane, yes. And that's the match. I'll show you a little bit of the hash. So I'm fairly certain it explodes on... I know it explodes on trees. I'll check fences real quick. Let's choose my favorite vehicle in the game, because it has some hash. Pretty sure it'll go off of this if I'm wrong. Okay. Apparently they had changed it since the last time I checked. Some fences you can go through. I'm sorry. Let me try again on a different object. I know it'll explode on... Apparently I'm wrong. Wow. I guess I really dated myself on that one. I'm sorry. I'm not always right. Let's try again. They must have changed that and I didn't see it in the patch notes. I stopped using it because it would do that. I know you can do this. Did they make that change to heat too? I guess we'll both be finding out. I could have sworn it used to be this way. Let's check this out. I missed it. Yeah, back when I used to use that ammo, it would do that. They must have changed it and I completely forgot. That's embarrassing on my part. I said the wrong thing. Oh well. At least you and I both know now. It goes straight through. Okay. They must have changed that a while ago. There's your answer. It will go through. My bad. You can also do this. All the way at the tracks, showing you that it will in fact cause that issue.
Hey, 1 o'clock. Here.
It's kind of finicky to use. Anyway, I'll get back to gameplay and I'll wait for more questions. I'll make a mental note and remember that both heat and hash can go through fences and trees. Somehow I misremembered. Let's do a little bit more. I'll switch out to a different vehicle after this match. I don't really like campaigning. Too much city fighting for me. But I'll make it work. I'll either die very quickly, or we'll win. And I'll still die very quickly. I'm gonna go straight for the C cap. This is likely to get me killed quickly. We'll see. Depends on my reaction time. I have a bunch of light tanks. That's interesting. This lane right here is a bit dangerous. So I'm not going to go straight down it. Especially since I won't have any backup. One thing to remind you all, if you used audio before to hear engines a bit easier, they changed it up recently in one of the patch notes to make it to where you can't hear tank engines as far away. Fair warning. I'm still getting used to that. I'll go to the 2AV. Okay, we got a Vilcus, we got a red. A red Kampfwagen that wants to shoot friendlies. How nice. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use this. Oh, thanks for turning for me. I actually do not recall that, but I do know someone who managed to get a nuke through spotting with a light tank. Actually, we can find out live real here, right quick. I can spawn in a Puma and do a little bit of spotting. We'll find out live. Those guys are already... Something isn't spotted, though. That Leopard 2 just got hit by something. Oh, that one's already dead. And he's dead. Somebody in the city shot him, too. Running over all the trees, slowing me down. See, I spotted him. Okay, he got destroyed by intelligence. No, still 2,500. I know something else I can try. The light vehicles do have the... There's a modification you can research. I'll check that one too in another match. Let's see here. Just checking the chat. There we go. Missed. That guy sounded like he got hit. Yes, he did. I can't see him, though. I'm gonna back up so I don't get shot here. I'd estimate, based on that marker, and where that chrysanthemum was shooting, that he's right there. This will likely to get... Oh! I don't remember if I actually have airstrike unlocked on the Puma. I can try it on my Bradley. I have a Bradley, I can do it. X-Match. That poor XM1. He thought he had me. Why am I not dead yet? Ooh. Yeah, next match I'll bring up my Bradley, because I know that it has airstrike, and I can confirm for you. I'm trying to see if I can go C, but I'm not going to go the direction that that Leopard 1 is going. I figure I might do some... Oh, there is a vehicle around there. I can hear him. I don't know exactly where he is, though. This is why I wanted... And he's dead. This is why I didn't want to go straight the way he did. Okay, I shot a leopard in the back. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. There goes all your ammo. Now I can just go to your side and just finish you off. I'm running into him, aren't I? Whoops. As a reminder, if any of you have any ammo questions, I'm here to answer, or any questions in general. If I may not know an answer at first, I will be able to find an answer for you. Let's help this guy repair.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Yeah, I think that guy is probably going to be too high for me to engage. That A6E tram. Hopefully we get a tech tree variant of that eventually. Oh, that's a vehicle. Boom. I hear a helicopter. I'm going to switch over to an HE round. You can ask either. From what I know with the AIM-7C and the F3H, you can only really do stuff with it at a very specific engagement range, like anywhere like 3 to 10 kilometers. I wouldn't even recommend taking that. You only start getting halfway decent AIM-7s whenever you get the F4C, and then you start getting some pretty decent ones with the AIM-7E2 on the F4E. If you do happen to take the AIM-7C, I'm not that experienced with it, I will admit, but try to keep it within 10 kilometers trying to fire at people. It's really funky, it's meant for bombers. Oh, somebody's capping C. They were capping C. It's just AIM-7C is hard to use. It's one of the first activator homing missiles, though. I said activator homing, I mean semi-active. If anything, you can probably try testing it out in the test matches. Or, I don't mean to say test matches, what I mean to say is the test drive. It's a bit of a funky missile, it's not all that great. But back to Gridwick, the, uh-oh. I started out the stream talking about ammo. I can go through that again. I can also answer some questions about ammo. Some of the ammo in-game. You can also ask me about tank ammo, just in general. I'll be able to answer you. Let's see here. I think I'll actually go in the PT-16. I'm gonna check chat, just in case. Okay. That Leopard 1 just got blown up by an M247. I feel bad for him.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
One thing that is funky about this vehicle here, the PT-1614, is that it has quite a high rate of fire.
A little more effort, their victory will be ours.
Okay, that M247 is dead. I don't know how many more bombs that A6E has. Yes, it is possible to ricochet an HE shell. If you look in game, you can see a ricochet chances for it. It only really ricochets at very, very shallow angles.
We've captured most of the strategic zones.
After this match, I will go into the ammo section and I'll show you just how shallow the HE ricochets.
We're controlling most of the zones.
I will say it's certainly quite a rare occurrence for it to do so. We go to a tank that has an HE round. I will go to the M4A676. Let's go to the HE round. Notice on here, 79 degrees, 0% chance, and then 81 degrees, it's 100% chance. The reason you want to use the heat on the T92 is it has better slope penetration than the APCR. With the APCR, you only get 48 millimeters. I have a quick question. You might mean APDS. Yeah, it's a pretty small APDS. It doesn't do that much damage, but there's two reasons why you'd want to have the heat round. One, better slope penetration. Two, heat can overpressure. Yeah. The main reason you'd want to use the heat round is for the slope penetration overpressure. I personally almost always go for the APDS, and then on rare occasions, if I see something, I will go. If I see something open topped, I will go for the heat round. It will one shot on due to overpressure. Alright. And because I had been talking so much about Tiger 2s, I think I'm actually gonna, in my previous stuff, I think I'm actually gonna play my Tiger 2H. It's definitely a fairly decent vehicle. Ooh, city map. Not my preferred thing. And I'm bottom tier. This'll be fun. Let's see what I can do. Actually, let me back out of that. Oh, too late. I was gonna put in some APCR just in case. I might face an IS-3, IS-6, or IS-4. This could be interesting. There are some weak spots you can go for, but they aren't easy to hit in battle situations. Luckily, because of the quantitative matchmaking, I can only face 4 of those vehicles at once. Oh, I won't even face them, sorry. We have Russia on my side. But I could be facing an M103 or a Conqueror. Was that a Tracer that just flew by? Yeah, 6.7 is interesting for US. You have your M26. Getting up-tiered in that thing is a pain, because you don't have the penetration a Tiger II does. And your armor doesn't work against 100mm guns, either. I remember trying to play the M26 Pershing at up-tiers. I didn't have that great of a time doing it. Okay, now I'm gonna have a 7.5 second reload. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Oh my. Oh. I'm gonna ink. I'm going to ink. Otherwise known as smoke. I'm pretty sure that T-44-100 is a little angry at me right now, but... Because I know that there's actually three American heavy tanks, I'm gonna do this just to make these people angry. The T-29 other stuff. I don't want them seeing my teammates back there, because they have a good chance of killing my Tiger IIs back there. If I'm lucky, they might actually push out and expose their flank. Oh, crap. I'm gonna see if I can... Hello. Oh, I forgot. I will check it out next match. That is my bad. I got distracted. Actually, I'll see if I can die real quick. Might not be guaranteed, because usually when I want to die, I don't die very quickly. That was an M47. One fun thing you can do in a Tiger II, if you go in the first cruise control setting, it's almost like having a stabilizer. I'm thinking that's a T-29, T-30 something down there. Okay, he's shot and backed up. There's probably something quite big down there. Oh, it was a T-26E5, and a mouse just killed him. That's good. Oh, I'm not used to this map. What a friendly T-44. I had completely forgotten that those buildings are see-through. Once again, I'm sorry, someone. I will go ahead and check it out next match. I just got distracted. For anybody new, just ask ammo questions. I'm not gonna peek that again, because I'm likely to get shot and killed this time. Push further up with this 244-100, because he helped me. Oh. Well, I'm gonna do this. I guess I consider myself lucky on that. There's a heavy tank around that corner. You better be careful, T-44. Oh! Wait, I can hear too. I shouldn't poke out then. Oh! Oh dear lord. Time to escape. I waited for the perfect shot, and I didn't get a perfect shot. If you're wondering, this is the premium Tiger II. It has a diesel engine instead of a petrol. That's the difference. Slightly more horsepower, too. Always call that one the awful. And you got another guy. Okay, I'm back in action. Did you just see that M41 ricochet a shot? I'm going around. Oh. You might notice something. A lot of Tiger IIs would die to a shot like that. However, I don't take ammo in the sides. Make sure you take 23 rounds in a Tiger II. He did kill my turret crew, but he didn't one-shot me because of that. I'm gonna switch into first cruise control, because I can hear something over there. I had forgotten that MG3s could go through that thing. I'm gonna smoke up again. There's another vehicle behind that guy. A little bit of repair. Probably smoke up over to the right. That way nobody can engage me from there either while I'm repairing. It's actually really nice having smoke on vehicles. Okay, looks like I'm back in action. STRV 103, that is very difficult depending on what vehicle you're using. Alright, Wolfpack, I'll see you later. Oh, I know what I can do. Let's smoke this thing. Maybe they won't MG and I might get a shot on this guy. Wasn't there a tank there? Jeez. I guess they killed him. I was really hoping that strategy would have worked, but they already killed it. They say somebody's there? Because I can smoke up again. Hope they don't push through this. Yeah, I can hear the guy back there. Let's hope that nobody actually... Oh, he's right in that angle. I'm gonna have to be careful. Hello! Now, I would not have been able to get this guy if I didn't smoke up the road before that. There's guys on the other side of the... There's guys further down the road, and I think I'm stuck. There's guys further down the road, and if I wouldn't have smoked that road there, I would have died trying to kill that T-29... Or that T-34 for them people. Oh. Well, you can use smoke for deception. You can also deceive yourself. Now, I'm not certain that the APDS can actually one-shot an STRV-103 from the front. You can take out its gun barrel, however, that's a pretty small shot. I'll go use the shot simulator after the nuke scout thing. See if I can at least find something, find an answer for you. Mind you, the shot simulator isn't 100% accurate. Whenever I do my stuff, I try to make sure it works. Oh dear lord. Let's go for the gun barrel first. I don't have a good ammo to take care of this guy, but I do know that I can go for the cupolas on a T-90. You better not. I do know that I can go through the cupolas on the T-95. Let's see if I do anything. Yeah, I got a crit that killed the... I believe that was a driver I just killed. I'm gonna see if I can get a shot in this cupola back there. Maybe I can do something. Okay. I got him. Assuming you take the gun out first in a T-95, you can fairly easily kill it by going through those commander's cupolas. I'm gonna back up because that ELC killed a guy. There is something... Semi-armor piercing is basically APHE, but it has thinner walls, allowing for more explosive. It sacrifices some of its penetration for even higher explosive filler. If you pin something with semi-armor piercing, you'll do more damage. That's the difference. It's kind of a weird thing. It's like if you made an HE round armor piercing, it's closer to what that is. Okay, it looks like we won that, and it was an up tier, and I didn't get one shot because I didn't take full ammo. Halfway decent score as well. I wonder if this guy realized how close he was to a nuke. Who shot me? Alright, I'll go ahead and use my Bradley to go check real quick to see if getting a nuke is cheaper with that. Now that I can remember. I'm gonna go with... I'm fairly sure I have a preset with it in there. I don't want to use that one. There it is. Oh, we'll go with the regular M3 Bradley. Let's check. Let's see. Alright, as you asked, I will check this after this match. Oh, that's interesting. I can try checking the wiki. I also can see if there's any information on there. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's any lower. Let's see. I'm fairly certain that I'm pretty sure I have the recon thing on here. Let's see here. It's not cheaper yet. I'll do a few scouts to see if it changes. There are actually several naval vessels that have a bunch of semi-armor piercing rounds. Again, it's just it's like an APHE, but with even more HE filler. It's kind of a weird definition. Of course, I have to find something to scout for me to actually scout and find out. It'd be real funny if I didn't actually have the scout feature unlocked on this, but for the nuke thing. M68 when AOS, he's stopped. Interesting. Go right. Thought I heard something to the right. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, Lord. Excuse me, guy. I didn't quite get to scout him because he died instantly. That Sir Basset actually did a pretty good job. At least I think that's how it's pronounced. It's a close flyby there. Okay, I hear something over there. I'll see if I can scout it. Assuming his IKV-91 doesn't get him. Okay, something smoked up there. Okay, I just scouted him. Let's check. I don't see it's any lower. Could potentially die.
Anti-air. 11 o'clock. Hey!
Okay, he got destroyed by intelligence. Did it go any lower? No, it didn't. Alright, on initial inspection, I don't think it lowers the cost of a nuke. I will double check my modifications after this. Okay, that was the guy who just spawned. Switch over to the M60 and AOS.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
And once again, with the SGRV 103, with APDS, it's not all that easy to one-shot it. I can check. At least I haven't found anything that's reliable. And it even depends on what APDS you're using. Alright, we pretty much won the fight to the north. I'm gonna see if I can do a little bit of backup. Anybody over there? Let's see here, I bottomed the match because I was testing something. At least that's my excuse. Alright, instead of going out in that open field, I'm going to use the city to have some cover trying to go over to that spawn. For any new guys, if you will, ask any ammo questions you have.
Keep it up and victory will be ours.
Okay, there's a vehicle somewhere in front of me. And he's dead. There's a good chance I could die if I push up too far, yeah? Okay, there's a tank there, he just got spotted. I'm gonna be able to kill him. Oh, somebody's using a Tiger 2. And I'm using Hesh because I... Whoops! I'm gonna switch to Heat. Wow, I missed. There we go. That kind of threw me off. I didn't realize I had Hesh loaded instead of APDS. I was aiming for the back of his ammo at first.
Have captured a zone.
Guess I really should have checked my ammo loadout before I started. Somebody's using a prop plane. Key 84. Interesting. And a backup. Huh. You'll wait for this match is over, then I'll go look at the next thing. I'll check my modifications to be sure about the nuke spawn point thing. Because after first and...
Okay, guys, put the coffee on.
Oh, it's fine. We'll find out stuff together. Alright, let me check to make sure I actually have the modification on the Bradley. Because if I don't... No, I actually have airstrike. It doesn't... It looks like that doesn't work. I haven't played arcade in a long time. I don't know if they have nukes. But yeah, it doesn't work for that. So... Let's go see something about the STRV-103C variant. I'm going to go to Sweden. I think it highly depends on it. Let's see, I don't have much of Sweden's vehicles, as you can see. 103C, 87. Okay, so it being 87. Wonder what ammo I should use for this. Because it's highly dependent on that. Let's check a few things. I don't fight these that often. Let's check something that's maybe a little more on the lower end. M728, I think those bars over there will probably not do that much to it. Can always go for the gun. I don't think there's really a great way to one-shot this thing. I know you can pretty easily do it from the side if you shoot where these cupolas are back here. If you shoot in that line, there's multiple crew there. You're probably going to go through. You should hit both and it'll kill them. If you do manage to penetrate on this side, though, although you have to have like a fin round to do it, you will be able to one-shot them. Let's just check, just to make sure. Absolutely sure. This doesn't... It really depends on the angle, doesn't it? It's just not that easy of a vehicle to one-shot from the front. Although if you have an HE round, one that's powerful enough, you can hit the optics up there and you will blow them up. It's just... This is one of those vehicles. Lower Oasis is also vulnerable, but you're not really going to take out crew there. It's... As far as frontal protection is concerned, against... Whenever this thing is top tier, it's hard to kill it. Let's see something else. Checking to see if there's any more questions. I'll go look at the semi-armor piercing here. I know Russia has a few of them. Like on the S200Y. This is a naval gun that uses semi-armor piercing. Again, it's... Yeah. The main way I usually kill STRV-103s is I don't fight them from the front. I usually just try to take out their gun barrel. If you miss the gun barrel and you hit low, you'll take out their engine, then you just get out of there. They aren't that fun of a thing to fight unless you have some really high power rounds. But yeah, the semi-armor piercing, imagine it like an APHE, but with a lot more HE filler. Alright. Well, I like keeping my streams 90 minutes. It's a good amount of time for me. I try to do these every Thursday. So if you guys come back, I'll be there next Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for all that showed up, and have a great night.